What's up, everybody? This is Roberto Lorenzo Ferguson. Yes, that's me, Robert Ferguson, and I am very excited and delighted to be here with you live and to share with you information that I believe can help you. Now, today is a little different because I'm joined by one of our nutritionists, health and weight loss coaches, who's also an esthetician and an entrepreneur, and someone who actually gets it and wants to help people and make a difference. And so we're going to have a conversation, but it's a conversation where I want you to be a fly on the wall. I want you to kind of be in the room with this and listen in and just kind of see where it goes, because we're going to focus on three things. The first thing we're going to focus on is I want you to get to know who Lori is. The second thing we're going to share with you, and these are going to be in 10-minute segments, okay? So the first 10 minutes is now, so we're going to meet Lori here in a second. And then after that, we talk for a little bit and you get to meet Lori. Then we're going to dive right into a product that we both feel very passionate about, that 100% can be a game changer, not for like a handful of people, not 30 people, not even 1,000 people or 100,000 people, but I'm talking the majority of the population. It is the number one supplement that everyone would benefit from. And I would love to debate with someone about what's the number one best supplement that someone should be taking, because there is no competition. And with my 29 plus years of experience, I am more than willing to put that on the table to walk someone through step by step. And you're going to see a little bit of that. And then we're going to talk about business, how you could be a partner with Lori. You could become a partner with me. We could be your partner. We can work together in making a difference. When I say partner, I mean a side gig, a part-time gig, a full-time gig, your new career where you can actually make money helping people. So without further delay, let me just change some things around here because I'm being producer and guest. I'm some of everything today, all in one. So let's just see how this goes. Let's bring to the stage. Okay, give me a second, you guys. There we go.
Technology. You got to love
Technology. I'm loving it. I am loving it. So thank you, Lori, for making time. I did say that when we got together that we would talk a little bit about insulin resistance. We would talk a little bit about weight loss and the methodology. So I'll squeeze that in somehow. But as you heard me in the opening, I want to first start by introducing you to people. I met you. I like you. I think the world of you. I love your passion. But would you be so kind as to do like a little short introduction of yourself to those who are listening in?
Absolutely. Well, first of all, I want to thank you for having me on so I can share and collaborate with you on such an important topic, especially in this day and age when we're working with folks that, are led down a path in the wrong way. Nobody's addressing nutrition habits or even supplementation when they go to the doctor for different ailments or issues that they're having. So a little bit about me. I am 51 years old and I am passionate about health and wellness. Yeah, 51.
5'1", everybody, 5'1".
Absolutely. Just turned 51 in June. But I've been passionate about health and wellness for, about 14 years now. For 10 years, I built a business in health and wellness and nutrition with supplementation. And as time has evolved, I have learned so many different things that, I used to believe in some things and now I don't. And that's because things have come out. The truth has come out. New methodology has, come to light to me. And you were one of those individuals that introduced the diet-free life methodology to me. I've always been a big proponent of eating, healthy, but really, things that are from God's garden, basically. And, looking at different ways to heal the body holistically and naturally. So, for me, I'm, 51, like I said, I'm a mom, I'm a grandma, I have been married for 25 years. And so those are just, fundamentals for our family, that we want to eat whole foods and nutritious foods so that we don't have those ailments that maybe our parents have. I don't want to be on any kind of pharmaceuticals. And at 51, I'm happy to say that I'm not. And, I want to help other people that are in my life and people that I'm, going to meet in the future. I want to help those people live long and healthy lives. And I want to be able to be a proponent of, information for them so that they can make educated decisions when it comes to their health and wellness.
Wow. Well, you can definitely hear the passion in your voice, and I can, and knowing a little bit more about how your life has kind of been thrown upside down, inside out, and again, my condolences for the passing of your mom.
Thank you.
I am fortunate that my mom is still here. I lost my dad a few years back, but that's never easy. I don't think there's nothing you can do to prepare for it. You just learn on the job, right?
Absolutely.
Okay, so and you're in Ohio, but yet you'll take on clients anywhere in the world, right?
Absolutely, yes. Yeah, I mean, with technology, we can help anybody anywhere.
Okay, and there we are. So we're here with some technology. What are some things that people, let's say, may be surprised or that most people don't know about you, right? Because I want to open up. Let's get to know Lori. Like, what is something about you? We get your passion. You're into beauty. You're an esthetician. You're a health coach. You're a nutritionist. I mean, you're all about helping people. Sounds like you have done a good job at helping yourself. But what's something about you that most people don't know?
Oh gosh, you kind of caught me off guard on that one. What's something people don't know?
I'm filling up time. We got 2 minutes.
I know. Sorry, you should have thrown me this one before we got on. Well, I'll just tell you, obviously there's going to be a lot of people watching this that don't know me, but I am into the outdoors, love to be outdoors. I'm not an indoor girl. Even in the summer, I love hot weather. So outdoors it is for me. I can't stand to just sit in the air conditioning. So you'll find me hiking, walking, playing with my granddaughter outside. I was an athlete in college, so I played soccer and softball. So just love to be outdoors.
Okay. Well, that's nice to hear and to learn about you. One of when you meet Amy in person, you'll discover that one of our coaches in Wisconsin, it seems like that's all she wants to do is be outdoors. Like if it's outdoors, count her in.
Let's do
it. And there's some people like that, and I totally get it. Okay. Well, good. And so right now you take on clients, and anyone you guys reach out to Lori, we'll make her contact information available, or it's available. And then from there, Lori, I want to go ahead and shift into where we are with this product that you and I we're not new to products.
No.
But this product is called Balance Oil. I introduced it to you. You received it very well, and we're totally open to learning about it. I can feel the whole time you're doing your due diligence in your head, and of course through your actions. But having a product that has a very high quality of omega-3 and polyphenols is amazing. But the thing that got my attention, right, before we share with people how it can help people, is the test that comes with it. Now, guys, if you're catching us right now, let me just tell you up front. I can tell you with what I've seen. I've done evidence-based clinical trials. I have never seen a product with this level of efficacy. Something that can help everything from reduce your risk of heart attack, stroke, improve your skin, joint health, put you in a position where you don't have to be too concerned with acne. I've seen people already that I've known for years that were living with eczema, and now they no longer have eczema. One of my clients, as I was sharing with you earlier, Lori, who has high blood pressure, and I have a lot of clients with high blood pressure. And we've done a really good job through nutrition, but sometimes we need something special. And she had sent me her blood pressure was 228/110. And my response was, hey, go to the doctor. Well, since that time, I introduced her to the Balance Oil. She has not changed anything else. She's on the exact same meds. Everything's the same. Nutrition, everything's the same. But every day she sends me her blood pressure, and it's 120/80, 125/82, 130/89, then back to 120/78. And now she's got family members getting the exact same outcomes. So I could go on and on and on about what I've seen and what I continue to see and what has taken place in my own family. And the fact that you can go and it's all substantiated. I mean, there's study after study after study after study. Like when someone sees this, Lori, seriously, like when they learn of a product like this and you share with them all the facts and they say, well, let me think about it. I really wanted to smack them upside the head because this is not something you think about when you're talking about your health. And so for those who are new, if I'm confusing you because I just dived in like that, we'll bring light to it. But there's a product called Balance Oil, and we have partnered on this as a supplement to what we teach people with nutrition. And I'm over the top excited to share it. So I know you already know what I'm saying, but maybe you have a question that maybe clients or other people would want to hear it. You know how like sometimes if someone knows you, they hear you, but they don't hear you the same as if it was coming from someone else.
Right. Yes. Third party credibility.
Yeah. So if you had a question for someone that you know that you could share this video with, that a question you could ask me and maybe they would hear me, go for it.
Sure. So, I get a chance to talk to many clients as they're on the table when they come in for spa services and skincare. And so some of the skincare issues that people have is rosacea. And I really feel like rosacea is a gut health issue. I really feel like it's from internal. And so I focus a lot on gut health with my clients. And just knowing that sometimes probiotics are good for people, but oftentimes they can still disrupt the gut flora and create, different disturbances in the gut. I wanted to know, and I've had a client just recently ask me this, would the oil help with that gut health? And I'm assuming I would even go down to like leaky gut. Because, toxins seeping into the bloodstream and then coming out through the skin, in my mind, could be potentially that's where rosacea is coming from.
Yes. So I will answer that question. And I answered it by saying, yes, it helps. The future of gut health, gut microbiome, where they are right now, as far as what we know actually helps, it won't be a probiotic necessarily, especially over-the-counter probiotics that people buy. What we have seen and what I've seen in two different studies, two different people, is that when people take the average probiotic over-the-counter, it actually creates dysbiosis in the gut. So it creates imbalance. So the industry is slowly waking up, and they'll wake up faster when consumers wake up and become aware of what I'm sharing with you right now. And that is the benefit will be with prebiotics.
Okay.
So the prebiotics, what we consume, whether it's a supplement or whether it's food, fuels the live bacteria in your body, your probiotics that are already there. And they basically have a baby, which is what we want, which is going to tighten up that mucus layer, and we're not going to have leaky gut. And everybody's going to be happy on the inside. And if they're happy on the inside, then it manifests on the outside. And that is because the prebiotics fuel the probiotics to give us the postbiotics, which are those short chain fatty acids. The good news is that the Balance Oil that we have, I have it right here because I'm going to do a shot before we leave. I'm going to show people how simple you can improve. Seriously, I mean, I would have never thought, let me just say, I would have never thought I would be holding a bottle, a supplement, talking about what I'm sharing right now, because I'm just not that guy that wants to push supplements. This is different. And we know it because there's a test, and everybody can do the test, which we'll talk about. So what's cool about this product is that two of the main ingredients in it, one is the omega-3, quality omega-3 from wild fish, which we know helps with reducing inflammation, reducing the risk of Alzheimer's, reducing the risk of dementia, helping with joint discomfort and joint stiffness. I mean, there's so many studies that support quality omega-3. But this one is unique because it has polyphenols that come from unripe olives and is fused in there, so you don't have to add antioxidant like vitamin E. The polyphenols, which naturally occur in the fish, that usually gets stripped apart, is here. So omega-3 is a prebiotic, and a lot of people don't know that.
Okay.
Polyphenols is a prebiotic, and a lot of people don't know that. So you get the benefits, and we're talking just gut health. So what I have seen is mind-blowing. And like I was sharing with you, I did a presentation to 8 physicians the other day. All 8 of them ended up buying and became a customer, and they got the test. And I presented it to about 28, 29 physicians over the last 5 months. All of them, without hesitation, bought the product and the test and are my customers right now. So I almost have 30 customers that are all physicians. I mean, we are in the beginning stages. This is mind-blowing to me because not only does it make sense, it's affordable, and there is no reason why everyone couldn't benefit from this. Like everyone. I mean, who's not deficient? So you guys, so it all begins with, and that's what got my attention. I believe that's what you and I connected on the test, right? Okay. So so the test is really simple. I mean, it takes 10 minutes to do the test. And 10 minutes is because you're letting the blood dry on the test. So you literally prick your finger, you put the blood on a couple of these little drops while you're at home, let it dry, close it, put it in the mail. It goes all the way to Norway, the world's leading laboratory that does this kind of testing. And in 10 to 20 business days, you get access to your comprehensive report, and it will tell you everything. Like everything. And it's interesting because I may want to bring up one of my, show people what a test looks like, but I'll pause there and so you can add to it. So just pick up where I left, right? It's a prebiotic with the polyphenols. It's a prebiotic with the omega-3s, and not just any omega-3. That's why you got to do the tests. If you don't do why would you? If you could find out if your multivitamin is actually working, wouldn't you want to know that instead of just paying a monthly fee every month? Yeah, you would want to know. You can know with this. Same as when you go get a vitamin D3 test with your doctor. They'll either prescribe you vitamin D3, work out some therapy with you, or tell you to try it over the counter. You go back 4 months later, they do the same vitamin D3 test to see if what you're doing is working. And if it's not, then they'll give you an alternative, something else that you can do so that they can see through the lab results that what you're consuming is working. And that's the same thing we're getting with this. A basic test done. And when people start off, they're not in a good place. 99% of anyone who's listening to us right now, they are not going to be in balance. And the people who appear to be the most fit, and this is what I've been saying a lot lately, and the research is also supporting this, the more you work out, the more you need this. The leaner you are, the more you need it. So if you're, really lean and you take care of yourself and you work out and you're out there telling everybody how much you work out and you're posting pictures working out, your omega balance is going to be way worse than someone who doesn't work out and who is not lean. It's going to be way worse. I have people well over 200, 300 pounds. And if you looked at their ratio, so the ratio should be 3-to-1 or lower. The 3 would be for omega-6. The 1 would be for omega-3. We find this out with the test. If you're 2-to-1, that's even better. So 3-to-1 or lower is where you want to be. That's the safe zone. The danger zone is anything over 3 to 1. I have a whole bunch of people 250 pounds, 280 pounds, and they're 10 to 1, 8 to 1. But then some of my most fit people are 50 to 1, 62 to 1, 69 to 1, 83 to 1. That's why we see people who are fit, they work out all the time. You go, oh man, did you just hear? Yeah, Teresa had a heart attack. What? She works out all the time. You got to be kidding me. No way. She was all about fitness. We see that happen all the time. And life expectancy, a big part of it is determined by a person's levels of omega-3 in their body.
Mhm.
Now, the people at home are like, well, what is he talking about? My doctor never brought that up. Of course your doctor never brought it up. And that's not a slam on doctors. What did I just tell you? 28 of my clients are physicians. When I explained it to them and walked them through it, it made sense. So then they said, that's what I want. So they got the test and they love the test because it's really thorough. And then they got their results. Right? And the oil. I mean, come on.
Well, unfortunately, we just don't know those things, unless we hear from people like you. I had no idea. And, I would consider myself pretty fit. I went through your diet-free life methodology. I became a coach. I eat that way primarily every day. And I believe my balance was 23 to 1.
Yep.
Right. And people said to me, but you're fit. I said, but it doesn't have anything to do with that. It has to do with the amount of omega-3s and the fatty acids that I have in my body compared to the omega-6. I wasn't getting enough omega-3s. By the way, I think I did share this with you. I have been promoting probiotics and omegas for 10, 12 years. I've been taking omegas. Obviously, they weren't working.
And there you go. That's what I was telling someone the other day. I said, she was like, well, no, I take my omegas. And I told her the story of my mom. My mom was taking Omega XL for 4 years, $95 a month. She was 32 to 1. We had this doctor recently. They call her Doc. She was like, well, I don't need the oil. I'm good. I'm taking Omega XL. And I had heard her say that. And I was like, okay, I already knew what the outcomes would be. She said, let me do the test and then I'll go from there. She called one of our coaches, and then they called me, and her first words were, how do I get the oil? Because she was 30 to 1 and she had been taking Omega XL. So most of you, I would be willing to bet you, I'm willing to do this for anyone, even your clients. If you meet someone and they're taking some omega or fish oil product and they buy it, and let's say they come back and they're not insufficient, I will give them their money back.
Mm-hmm.
Like without hesitation. I will give anyone their money back. And then when they do use our balance oil, I'm willing to bet that everyone's numbers will be better if they consistently take the oil. And if not, I'll pay them. Not a problem. Okay. So I'm going to play a 25-second video of a friend of mine. His name is Dr. Andrew Wild. I met Dr. Wild in 2002, and we've been friends since. And I just think he's a master when it comes to knowledge around medicine, Eastern, Western. And for those of you who don't know who Andrew Wild is, you may recognize him. So I'm going to play it. It's only 20 seconds, but listen to what he says, okay?
Significant nutritional deficiency in this population is omega-3 fatty acids. The amount of research accruing on the health benefits of omega-3 fatty acids is overwhelming, not just for physical health, but for mental health. I think you can't be in optimum health if you do not have adequate intake of omega-3s. Most of us are not getting enough.
If you know who he is and you respect him, he said everything right there in 25 seconds. You cannot be in optimal health without having an adequate amount of omega-3s. And most of us are not getting enough, which the data is clear that in America and Canada, 99% of everyone walking around is not getting enough omega-3s. And most of them don't know about the tests, and they definitely don't know about balance oil. But it's time to change that. So the most healthy people, and it's interesting because the people who are caught up on what they look like on the outside, they're the ones totally losing out on this. Because we all know someone who worked out their whole life. They stayed really active. They were proponents for better health. They were all about eating, healthy, and they get cancer and they get all kind of other problems. And what if it came down to the fact that they weren't getting enough omega-3s? I know that for some, like 13 of my clients have dry eye. They used to have dry eye. And many of them are watching us have this conversation. They don't have dry eye anymore. Now, I can't say that it's going to work the same way for every person, but I can tell you that I have 13 clients right now who are on this oil that had dry eye, and now they don't. I can tell you about a 16-year-old daughter who had menstrual cramps pretty bad, and now she doesn't. I can show you hundreds, if not thousands, of studies that support that a quality omega-3 would actually have that effect. Interesting.
Definitely.
So that's why this, not only is it good for every person, and they can reach out to you to get the oil. Those who know me, reach out to me. Don't put it off. Get moving. And then if you want to be a part of a growing team, we're growing. So if you're in Ohio, which you could be anywhere in the world, but in Ohio, because that's where Lori is living right now, reach out to me because we're growing. And Lori, we're partners. So get with us now. The sooner the better. You'll make extra money. You'll be able to help people. And it's a win-win. So I think I've done a lot of talking unless you have a specific question. So what are your thoughts? What else could we share with people in a short period of time to help them?
Well, one of the things that I know a lot of people are probably thinking is like, okay, so Lori was out of balance with her initial test. I have been taking the balance oil daily for 4 months now, and I have retested and submitted my blood test, and I don't have my results back yet. I was hoping that they would be back by the time Robert and I did this webinar, but they're not back yet. But I'm very confident that my numbers will be in better balance, if not in balance totally. I can tell the inflammation in my body. My undergarments fit better. They're looser. They're not tight. So I can tell inflammation is being removed from my body just by using the balance oil. I'm excited to get the results. So if you're wondering, well, what's her results now? I just don't have them back yet. So you test after that first 4 months of using the balance oil consistently. So I just want people to know that. And Robert, you are somebody who eats fish daily. So you had great numbers to begin with, correct?
Yes. Well, I was 2.7 to 1. But I literally, and I'm saying this because, guys, it's just who I am. I'm weird this way. But I eat fish every day. Same as some people eat chicken every day. I just eat fish every day. Like this morning, I had trout for breakfast. And then tonight we're having sushi. So I'll have fish twice today. And sometimes it's 3 times in a day. So it didn't surprise me, right? Because I eat salmon at least once every day in one of my 3 meals. I eat edamame beans. I eat pasture-raised eggs that are high in omega-3. I use grass-fed butter, which is high in omega-3. So I wasn't surprised. But I still take the oil. So I'm getting ready to do my follow-up. I mean, hell, I would like to be 1-to-1. I was looking to see if I had a deck where I could show people, but I can't find it on my computer right now. So we have to do this at another time where I can show them what the test looks like. And we can definitely do it when we do a follow-up with you, right?
Absolutely.
but I'm gonna look one more time because if I could show you guys what a test looks like, I mean that's impressive for so many reasons, right? It's a game changer. Now, what I can show you is the power of what my daughter put together, this cool video. And then I shared this video, so I'm gonna play it before we say goodbye.
Okay.
And you guys, this video really says it all. And the video came about really because I had mentioned two things, and then my daughter helped me do this. One, if a person does not change their nutrition habits, if they continue to eat the way they eat, and let's say you're married to someone like that, what they know, and this is based on one study, is that if a person has an adequate amount of omega-3, and if they smoke cigarettes every day, okay, but they have a good amount of omega-3, when compared to someone who does not smoke but has low omega-3, like most people, they had the same life expectancy. So all you got to do is take the oil. You really, I mean, and I'm saying this, and I'm very cognizant about it, and that is, we want to coach you on nutrition. We want to teach you the Diet Free Life methodology. We want to help you there so you can learn about nutrition. However, some people, they're just not going to do that, but they will take a supplement. So if they take this oil every day and they're consistent, they're going to benefit. All the data says that. It is what it is. So I'm thinking I could have a test. Let me see. I have a test. You guys want to see what a test looks like?
Sure.
Okay.
I
See how excited?
Yeah. You're the one that can hear me.
All right. So look at the very top where it says 43.8 to 1. It says unbalanced. It's in the red because this is the danger zone. Underneath that, there's at the far left, it has omega-3 index, which is a percentage. That percentage should be over 8%. So as you can see, this person is not in balance. They're insufficient. And when you look at the one next to that, it says your mental strength, which you guys may not be able to read that, but it's the second from the left. And he's insufficient there. This is Brett's, one of my clients. And this ties into brain health, right? Omega-3s in the form of DHA in the brain. So we want to get that in a good place, right? Because we don't want dementia. We don't want Alzheimer's. And then it has a cell membrane fluidity. Now, remember, it's a 20-page report. I'm only showing you a snapshot of the results. You want your cells to be fluid so that nutrients can easily get inside of the cells and toxins that can build up in cells can easily get out. To the right of that, where it says in the green, he has arachidonic acid, which oftentimes, if that's in the red, someone's eating a lot of meat, a lot of saturated fat. So that if they just cut back a little bit, you're talking 1 meal a week, then they'll go in the green. Or just by bringing in the adequate amount of omega-3s every day, and the polyphenols will help improve that. And then above that, the last one is your protection value. He is 0.0%. That should be at least 90%. So he's insufficient. So he took the oil for 4 months. Drum roll, please. And look at that.
Oh, wow.
2.6 to 1. Optimal everywhere. He feels better. He says he feels better. He feels like everything's in better balance. He's in a much better place. And we have a test to prove it. You can't make this stuff up. Now, this video right here, my daughter put together. So think of soda, the dark caramel color, as omega-6. We get plenty of omega-6, you guys. It's in everything that we eat. And unfortunately, when you get too much, it can cause inflammation to be a negative. We don't get enough omega-3. So think of the water as omega-3. Without doing anything but just taking in omega-3 in the first 30 days, it gets to the red blood cell, the membrane. Then over the next 60, 90 days, it starts to get into your tissues. People start to feel all these different improvements. And if you continue to take it and everything else remains the same, inflammation is reduced, and all of these benefits that we've talked about and a whole bunch we didn't talk about come about. And what was dark, in the words of the Bible, what's in the dark eventually comes to the light. That's exactly what happens when you are supplementing with omega-3. You're going to get to a place where it's clear. It's that simple. So everyone can benefit. All they got to do is take it and be consistent. That's it. See how cool that video is?
That's great. It's great.
It's simple, but it says everything. Right? Because if you don't take omega-3, then what's in the dark is going to stay in the dark. It's going to stay in the dark. And I do believe that this is one of the major reasons why so many people have fibromyalgia, Hashimoto's, lupus, gout. The list goes on and on and on, because these things weren't around 40, 50 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Where's this stuff coming from? And every year we're more deficient in omega-3. And now we have a product that can change everything. So to give everybody an example before we say goodbye, how I take it every day, you could take it like I'm going to demonstrate. You could take it with your food. You could add it to your food. You could put it in your yogurt. There's a lot of ways to consume it. It's not like a fish oil where you get that burp up and the smell and all that negative. There is no smell to me. There is no taste. But what I do is I just get my little shot glass and I fill it halfway with water. You could do it all the way up to the top if you want, but I fill it halfway with water. Then I take my omega. Now I have this one. This is the premium. They both are great as far as omegas. The premium just has more polyphenols. I know the benefits of polyphenols, so I'm obviously going to opt I'm going to pay a little bit more. Well, actually, I don't pay a little bit more because once you have 5 customers, it's free. So I get that free. So I go with the premium. But I'm going to share this with you guys from this. So in here, I've already measured it out. So I know what 2.5 teaspoons for me is. So I fill it inside of that little thing. Ooh, that looks so good. Actually, I added a little extra. And it's so smooth looking. There is no smell. Well, I smell a little bit of lemon orange. Okay, so here's my shot glass. I poured it in, which is more than 2 teaspoons. I'm excited about it. And then all you got to do in 1 second. You want to count?
1.
Done. 1 second every day. I would argue, if we had a debate and we could play with this one day, we can do this again, Lori. And you could, just for fun, right? Or you could go find some experts and get some who are really into fitness and personal trainers, and they look the part. And I would argue with them and say that what I just did in 1 second, is more valuable than working out. If you could only do one or the other, I actually would argue that I would do this. And that's a tough one, because I could also go on the other side. I really could, because I love working out. I think working out is very important. Everyone would benefit from working out.
Right.
But if I had to do an argument, because it would bring up a lot of cool things about working out, and it would bring out a lot of cool things about polyphenols and omega-3. I could put up a pretty good argument, and I could flip-flop too, because they're both important.
Sure.
But I definitely could put up an argument for people like for instance, there's a thing called disuse atrophy. Have you heard of that before?
Yes.
Okay, good. There's a whole bunch of studies being done right now on disuse atrophy. So when a person goes to an assisted living facility, or they don't have the same movement like they used to, They need help everywhere. You know, the people on the scooters at the store, the people that, you know, they don't do anything. They just sit most of the time,
Mm-hmm.
right? They no longer are using those muscles. Disuse atrophy, meaning if you don't use it, you lose it.
Right.
In the studies, the people who were taking a quality omega-3, they didn't lose nowhere near. I think it was 50% difference in how much muscle was lost when people did not take in omega-3.
That's interesting.
And guys, everything I mentioned, go Google it. Again, I'm evidence-based, clinically proven. I live in that space. I don't talk about something unless I can substantiate it. That means studies after studies after studies support it. Plus, I have a personal experience with it. Now, I've only been with this company since February 26th. So I'm still in the middle of the due diligence, and I'm blown away. Blown away. Like when I talked to my cousin about this, Lori, and I was telling him, because he's wanting to get into better health and he has diverticulitis. I said, hey, are you on your computer? He says, yeah. I said, all right, go on your computer, look up, does omega-3 help diverticulitis? It was right there. Done. So anyway, are we good?
We're good.
Okay. If you guys listen to, go ahead.
I said, you convinced me all over again. I'll get up tomorrow morning, and the first thing I'm going to do is go out to the kitchen, make my water with my lemon balance oil, take my shot.
I'm telling you, I've never seen anything like this anywhere. And that doesn't mean anything to anyone unless they know my life and history and the things that I've done. Yeah. But I've never seen, there's nothing that can come close to it. I'm sorry. And the good news is that we're in a position where we can give it to people. So if you're in assisted living, you're getting older, you're thinking about dementia, you're thinking about Alzheimer's, you're thinking about disuse atrophy, losing muscle, sarcopenia that comes about because people they're dying more and more because they've lost muscle. Mm-hmm. That's the one thing that we got to do everything possible to hang on to. We know that when you take an omega-3, we know that you burn up to a little over 200 extra calories extra a day. We know that it helps you retain your skeletal muscle. We know that it helps with fat loss. When someone looks at all of the data, how can you not? Now, I get it because not everybody's in their right mind. I'm not being insulting. But once you know what you and I know, like I can't even make up. There's no way I'm going without taking this.
Right.
I know better now. Why? I mean, God forbid, some of these companies keep closing that are network marketing companies, and they have these amazing products, or they change things, and it's like, man, please, I don't even want to say that again because I don't want this to change. So anyway, last words.
Nope, it's exciting stuff. I mean, you've definitely shared a lot with everyone tonight that they can, take back, think about, and connect with us and ask more questions if they want to and get started on their balance oil.
All right, we got it.
Awesome.
Oh, it's funny. Alice was here today, who had eczema, who's a retired nurse, very knowledgeable. Sandy was on here live with us, and Sandy is a success story for a whole bunch of reasons. So I'm glad you guys were to catch this live. So for anyone, if you get this video, Lori, reach out to her. Just reach out to her. At least do the tests. Find out where you are.
Yeah.
But the best thing to do is do the tests. There's a significant savings when you do the test and get the oil. Mm-hmm. That's where I would start. Okay, thank you guys for giving us a chance to share. And Lori, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, you guys. Enjoy your evening. Until the next one. Actually, we'll do another one when Lori's results come in so we can share it.
Sounds good.
So is that a yes, Lori?
Absolutely.
Okay. All right. All right. I'll talk to you later.
Thank you so much.
Okay. Bye-bye, everybody.